Hello people, welcome to our channel. This is What Day Is It? Today we are going to talk about the International Repair Day. On October 17th, we celebrate this very special occasion, and this year's theme is Repair is Essential. So why is the fourth edition of this International Day connected to essential repairs? Well, in case you haven't noticed, there is a global pandemic raging. So much of our access has been limited to essential repair services, or even basic services in general. This is very similar to what we face in natural catastrophes, floods, tornadoes, and earthquakes. Unfortunately, many people have even lost their ability to refrigerate, or charge their phones, or other essential services. So definitely repairing such devices which restore, for example, electricity partially is very important. So many people have, for example, put up tutorials how to build power banks out of scraps, miscellaneous goods, such as old laptop batteries or car batteries, and this can come in very handy during that period of time. And such a device was, for example, used in Costa Rica. In simpler times, repair can be a hobby, a form of employment, and also a tool to help create a more sustainable future. Many people work in the repair industry as things do break constantly. Instead of throwing things out, you can take them to a repair shop. It is estimated that in the US alone, more than 345,000 jobs could be created if we would take 23% more of our things to repair shops. We can also think about repairing as a hobby. You can save a lot of money by repairing your things while also developing your fine motor skills and your concentration. You can also reduce waste by this approach and spend time with people who share the same beliefs and the hobby as well. Many countries have already realized the added benefits of repairs. Sweden, for example, is supporting its citizens by tax deductions if they take things into repair shops instead of throwing them out. Ireland, on the other hand, has established repair cafes where professionals help you to repair your things and develop your projects. In Hungary, although there is no organized effort, Guns Youth Workshop has helped a lot of people in the third districts of Budapest. Take my personal example. In this workshop, I've learned the basic skills required to repair things and do modeling and electronics, and I have done these things ever since, repairing monitors, doing upcycling projects, and construction work in my own home. Perhaps most importantly, repair is part of the Sustainable Development Goal number 12, responsible production and consumption. Just think about how much waste we can save by not throwing out a product, but extending its life cycle. So what do we mean by life cycle? Well, let's look at a very simple yet common product which we use every day, our smartphones. So to produce a smartphone, first they need to mine the raw materials, precious metals, normal metals, they have to mold plastic, and then of course ship these all to processing facilities. And in the processing facilities, again, energy and other materials are used to mold these things, and then again ship them to the final production facilities where they manufacture the phones themselves, again using an insane amount of resources. And when they're all manufactured, they are packaged, and then they are shipped to whatever location from basically all places in the world. So of course, without breaking these things down, you can imagine how much resources we use just to make a smartphone, which can probably be thrown out after 2 or 3 years, unless you can, for example, repair it. So in order to achieve something called the circular economy, we really need to establish better repair protocols. So what do we mean by circular economy? Well, this means that we extend all products' life cycles to their fullest extent, and also whenever they are disposed eventually, then these can be completely recycled and made into new things. The so-called holy trinity of the circular economy is the reduce, reuse, and recycle principle. First of all, if you already own 56 pair of jeans, you might not need another pair of them. Thus, you are reducing waste in general. Then there is reuse. You may use a product more than one time. So for example, if you have plastic cutlery with you, that you can use multiple times, they are better than just using disposable cutlery. And then there is the recycling principle, which means that after you've extended the life cycle of a product, either by repairing or reusing, then you need to put it back into the production chain by not disposing it at a landfill or an incinerator. The aforementioned process is already threatened by another one, which is that less and less things are repairable. Part of this is due to miniaturization, so that more and more things are produced by robotics instead of manual labor. So you physically can't have access to, for example, a smartphone circuitry because you need special machines to repair them. However, there is a conscious and deliberate effort by some manufacturers to reduce the life cycle of their products or make them less repairable. The infamous example may be the printer, and you might have all seen that printer ink is more expensive than the printer itself. And printer ink in itself is one of the most expensive liquids on this earth. However, their manufacturing costs are really, really low. So this is no coincidence, because many printers and toners have chips embedded in them that reduce the number of pages they are able to print. So this is a huge, huge problem, because you just sometimes have to throw out the whole printer because a newer model comes out and there is no support for yours anymore, whether it's spare or ink cartridges or whatever the problem may be. So definitely it's a trend that's very, very upsetting, and currently there is no solution, and many printer manufacturers are guilty of this. There might be some better ones or worse ones, but definitely it's still a problem. Also, another good example would be the light bulb. So light bulbs have been infamous for a long, long time to last maybe a few years, but not more. And of course, with the new LED light bulbs, that changes a bit, but still LED light bulbs can be deficient, and they also have a limited lifespan. However, this wasn't always the case. So there is the very, very famous Millennium bulb, which is a bulb that is still operational after more than 100 years of service at a fire station. And there is even a webcam show showing the current status of said light bulb. Unfortunately, somebody has already gone to jail for self-repairs. Eric Ludgren in the US has made Windows recovery disks to save people's computers from landfills. Yet he was charged with smuggling counterfeit goods and also copyright infringement, and he was jailed for 2 years. Thus, the so-called right to repair movement is more important than ever. We need to fight the legal battles and also the technical battles to allow people to repair their own products and thus reduce waste, create a hobby, create employment, and of course save the environment. There are some hopeful signs, however. The European Union, for example, is thinking of introducing legislations that would force manufacturers to help people repair things by, for example, reversing parts of miniaturization or releasing different manuals. There are a lot of ways that people can have more access to repairs. However, you yourself can do to repair your own things. You can go to repair shops, for example, if they exist in your neighborhood. You can band together with others to at least create a makeshift workspace. And of course, you can search online for the unlimited number of tips, techniques, and ideas to recycle, upcycle, and reduce waste. A good place to start is Instructables.com, and although I'm not affiliated with them, I have to say that I did do a lot of projects based on their designs, which have been uploaded by users. My question to you is, what is the repair you are most proud of? Also, what would you wish to repair the most? Tell us in the comments below. As always, this was What Day Is It? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave a like, leave a comment, invite your friends, share it with your friends, especially your grandmother, because she definitely shares a lot on her Facebook. So do all these things to help out our channel and of course help out Right to Repair. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.